Oh, only 11? Or 18. Ooh.
My roll doesn't seem to have shown up, but it did make a roll. For those who can't see it, it shows up in the chat log. I rolled a 17, which plus 3 is a 20 for me.
Okay, so you've got 20. Tulips has got an 18. Aramil got an 11. Wolfslayer got 15. So that's Melthas, Tulips, Wolfslayer,
Aramil. I'll bring up the unknown unit.
Okay. Melthas.
It's going to be so satisfying to kill this thing.
You are currently on the other side of the door, which is now open, in a fairly tight corridor, just looking straight into a large room. This figure's maybe 10 foot away.
Only 10 feet.
By the way, is the music too loud?
No, it's fine for me.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just...
Would my companions be able to move past me while I'm in the doorway, or...?
Not particularly. It's a
Okay.
very small passage designed for dwarf.
And he's only about 10 feet away from me. Okay. The music is a little loud now.
Now it's too loud.
It's become loud now.
Yeah, now it's too loud.
Bryson doesn't mind. He's like, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, he's like, I dig it.
Okay, well,
Ooh.
the first thing I'd like to do then is... by the way, can anyone else see the fairy fire, or is it just me?
Everyone can see the fairy fire.
Okay, cool. That
And I
means
believe
the
it gives
enemy...
everyone advantage on attack rolls.
Okay,
Yeah.
Fairy fire is pretty powerful.
right.
Oh, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that means I don't even... Okay, sorry. Quick question. If I do reckless attack, which gives me an advantage on... It gives me advantage on attacks, it does
You don't
it...
get double advantage. You can never get double advantage, unfortunately. No.
Okay. So there is no reason for me to use reckless attack, which was my question. Thank you.
For the duration,
Okay.
affected creatures share dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected can't benefit from being visible. There we go. Yeah.
Right.
So Melthas.
Well, I'm simply going to step into the room and to the side of the doorway
Okay.
and draw an arrow and fire at it.
Go for it.
Okay. That'll be a 5. Oh, we've got advantage. Was that right? Against it for attack?
Yes.
Okay. So advantage with 5. I got 14.
Okay. That is a hit.
Okay. Let's see.
14 definitely beats his arcus. Yeah. As you step into the room, you quickly step to the side, pull the bow. Seeing this kind of glowing individual now standing in the middle of the room who was previously invisible, you just aim at the center mass, very short distance. Arrow goes straight into him.
Just a regular
And out goes
attack
side.
for me? Because he's not engaged with anything, so it's not going to be a sneak attack, is it?
It's a regular attack. Yeah.
Which is 1d6. Is it d6 plus anything for this? Is it
D6
dex
plus
or
your
anything?
dex modifier.
Plus my
yeah.
dex modifier. I will get used
Do
to
you have
this.
like specialty in any like long weapon or whatever? I don't know if you have.
Specialty. I've
like
got-
you might have had the option to take like plus stuff to damage or whatever. I don't know if you have. So
No,
that's...
I
Okay,
haven't.
That's
That is a 9. So 6 plus
Okay.
3.
So you pull your arrow back, aim, flies into the figure in the center of the room. The arrow slows down slightly, and then flies up the back, hits the wall, and shatters against a bit of stonework.
Okay.
But the creature does
Incorporeal.
slightly stagger as you hit him.
So an incorporeal entity of some sort. There was definitely resistance there, so it's not like it was...
Okay, that makes
Completely.
it Tulips.
Yeah, now I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so physical attacks are not as, if I'm understanding this correctly, physical attacks are not as great.
We must assume so, yeah.
Tulips, you are currently at the back of the rest of the group, unfortunately, in the tunnel.
So I'd have to move up.
Way. You would have to move up, or anyone you're shooting at would take like 3/4 cover.
You know what to do? I'm going to hold my initiative.
Okay.
Or you could sing a song of inspiration.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You could try to...
He's out of spells.
You know what? That's actually that's
Inspiration
the thing, though.
doesn't take spells.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it doesn't actually. So I could inspire, or I could do vicious mockery. Which do you guys think would be?
Inspire.
I want to
We have
hit
four-
things.
I think...
4 party members. Always group buff.
Yeah.
Group buffs
Yep.
are so strong.
Okay, let me
Agreed
see
with
who
that.
It's not a
actually-
group buff, it's a single buff.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, it's just a single, but
what does
How
it do?
does-
I thought that it was like a +1 to rolls or something. What is
Vicious
it?
Mockery does inflict damage, doesn't it? Just a small
Yeah,
amount.
D4.
it does. It
I would
does,
suggest Vicious Mockery then, because that
yeah.
shouldn't
And it gives
be.
disadvantage.
Yeah, that shouldn't be affected by.
Disadvantage if he
Things in
fails
front
on a
of you.
wisdom check against your spell
Yeah.
save DC, I think it is. Yeah.
Right.
Well, a debuff on one target sounds better. If you don't have a group buff,
I'm gonna have to
a-
push
a
you
single
for it.
target debuff.
Okay, yeah.
Vicious
No,
Mockery.
no, hold my initiative. Hold my initiative.
Hold him initiative. Okay. That makes it Wolfslayer.
How far
That
away
grin.
is it?
Oh, I forgot to roll for the doppelganger. Who is
I
in
was-
front of you?
Yeah, I was going to say the doppelganger might be in the way.
What did you get for your initiative, Wolfslayer? 15.
15, yeah.
Okay, the doppelganger is currently in front of you. It's 15 feet away from you. You can
That's-
see it just about round the edge of the doppelganger. If you can try and push the doppelganger aside and try and get to it.
How narrow is this corridor?
It's a dwarven, fairly small corridor. We're talking maybe like 2.5 foot wide and maybe only 5 foot tall.
Right. So what do I need to check to do to get
I would
past
just
it?
say make like just a plain agility test, like a dexterity test, just to be able to manage
Can
to
I
get
do
past him.
can I do acrobatics?
Yeah, you can do acrobatics. Yeah, make acrobatics.
I would like to try and get past the stupid doppelganger.
Yeah.
That's in my...
I mean, you can just like shove him if you want to use an athletics check, but that's like brutally like
No,
pushing
no, no.
him to the
My
ground.
acrobatics is one
Okay.
point less than athletics, so there's not much
Okay.
point. 19.
Quite easily, as the doppelganger turns around to look at you, you find your opening and just slip past. I assume you run directly at
Great.
the.
I would like to rage and hit it. Hit it a lot.
Okay, you rage
With advantage.
Mm-hmm.
With advantage. Yeah,
Wait,
I'm
why
not
rage?
going to go into
Bonus damage.
How? All right, I am not just going to rage, but I would like to frenzied rage.
Okay.
Wow,
you frenzied
okay.
Rage. Spit.
And then I would
starts
like
pulling at the corners of your mouth, frothing up.
and then I would like to hit it.
You may. Does this allow you to make 2 attacks? A frenzied attack or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the first one with advantage. Which isn't that great.
It's
13.
a 13. That's a hit.
That is good.
See what happens anyway.
Oh,
I'm
goody.
excited.
Dice are over here. So that is 2d6. Sorry. First rolls of the day.
At least it's not a 1.
Okay. So that's the first hit. 14 points of damage.
Wow.
14 points of damage. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You run up at it. Spit sort of frothing at your mouth frenziedly.
Finally.
Swing broadhanded. Now you can actually see your enemy straight through it, and you feel your sword start to slow and start to twitch, like it's wanting to try and stay inside the form, like your sword wants to be there. But your momentum just carries you out the other side. 14. Okay, let's.
Well, I'm still going to try and hit it. And I am using a magical weapon, just so we're clear
yeah,
on that.
yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to make another attack.
Do it. Put the anguish of that
Come on, crit. Oh, for
necrotic
Christ's
damage in
sake.
your back.
Double once.
Wow.
Once.
At least that wasn't an attack roll. That was just a damage roll. So that's you
No,
know.
that was an
No,
attack
that was
roll.
an attack.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I roll ones a lot.
So, is this the point where you ask me how I would like to do this on myself? Because,
Arumba,
really,
did,
I think I just lost a toe.
did you just miss that, Arumba?
Mm-hmm.
She rolled a double 1. She's got an advantage, and both
No.
dice were ones.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So the second time you come back and you go and you try and do a like an uphanded sort of from the side upwards, like you want to cleave from sort of groin to shoulder, but instead the incorporeal figure sort of moves to the side at the last minute. You catch your hand on a low-hanging beam, and your sword spins off and embeds itself in a bookcase over the other side of the room.
You have been disarmed.
Oh,
good.
Double
in which
one, I
case-
think that's
But
actually...
it's better than having been disarmed.
Yes.
Yeah.
For a double one, I was expecting
know.
some sort of serious, grievous
If you had hurt
wound.
yourself,
Yeah.
you'd have to murder yourself, right?
If there was someone else in combat, that could have been awkward.
Yes.
Um,
For a double one, I think you probably would have literally split them from groin to shoulder.
right, which puts us
Wow.
at Aaron, what did you roll for
11.
initiative? 11. That puts you next. The doppelganger is right ahead of you.
Okay.
Just to be clear, I will go whenever I can possibly move past people, but I guess I still can't, though, right?
Yeah, Aramil and the doppelganger in your way. Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. I will do my standard I have no spells left action, which is to use I'm on a bonus action shillelagh. I know it's a tight space, so I'm going to make like a very small club, very dexterous and tiny, like only 2 feet long, but somehow carries the weight
You
of a
create something that
full-size staff.
more is akin to like almost a sap rather than a full-on club. Maybe it's 1.5 foot long, very dense at the end, block of wood out of your quarterstaff that just.
I'm
shoots
imagining
up.
something like that a Maori would wield here.
Yeah.
Almost like a paddle.
And so I'm going to walk up and try to hit it.
Okay.
I recognize.
So you can make a acrobatics check, or you can literally try and shove him to the ground with an athletics check.
Is there no time for chat? Can I just ask him to move?
It's not his
the-
turn.
You'd have to effectively wait until his turn because it is a very tight space. It's the downside of fighting in tight spaces.
I'll make an athletics check.
That would be
just
shove
try
to the
to-
ground.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to just try to sneak past him, like squeeze
Okay,
past him.
that'd be acrobatics.
Acrobatics. That's actually better for me because I have proficiency in it for some reason.
Performer,
No, you
maybe.
don't You don't get proficiency in acrobatics, do you? No, yeah, you do. Sorry, I'm speaking bollocks. Just go ahead.
There's my athletics check. Be a 4. Or acrobatics.
Unfortunately, the doppelganger turns around as you try and get past to watch what's going on in the cavern itself and ends up shouldering you, and you're kind of blocked off.
Okay.
Your movement will be halved as you try and get past and negotiate without managing to actually really sort any sort of stuff past. You manage to get into the room if you want, but you cannot get into combat range. I'm afraid you're just out.
Okay, so I'll come into the room and steer clear of that big sword that's embedded in the beam and to the corner, like the side of the door, out of the way of anyone who else wants to come through.
Okay, at
So
which point Doppelganger gets to go.
Moment of truth.
He's going to look at Tulips, and he's going to say, do I have to...
Do you
sounds
have to fight? You mean?
Sounds different now.
Well, he says,
Right.
do I have to? He looks apprehensively at the combat. He doesn't really want to be involved. You can answer back in like a really short...
We need
Yeah.
to figure out what
Yeah, no.
this is.
Yeah. I would tell him, yes, you have to.
Okay, he apprehensively turns back. Now there's no one blocking the way. Runs into the chamber and basically delivers like a flying Hulk punch. He's a pretty brawny guy currently in his current form.
Flying Hulk
So
punch,
that
that's
puts
fantastic.
that-
After that, if he actually managed to hit him, I wanted to grab him by the ankles and just smash him either side for a little bit.
He does manage to hit. Flying Hulk sort of smash, two-handed, down on the side of the invisible guy's shoulder. The hand's passing through the body, but he definitely slows on his way through the air. Okay. And he delivers what he attempts to do. I believe that's 8 points of damage. Just for your information, since he's technically an ally. That puts us at Tulip.
All right, I will vicious mockery. Be in an invisible form, I will say something stupid, as I usually do. I will say, It seems that you are now all here because you're not all there. And I'm going to hit him. With Vicious Mockery. So only 1 point of damage, and it is a save against DC, let me find it, 13 for disadvantage.
Okay, what type of damage is it? The Vicious Mockery?
It's like psychic damage.
Psychic damage. Okay.
Not a lot of damage, but if I get disadvantage, it'd be awesome.
The form in front of you seems to slightly sort of stumble back like a pace, seems almost confused, and just puts his hands over his ears like he doesn't want to hear you anymore. That makes it his go.
I'm gonna shout louder with Thaumaturgy next turn. If he's still around next turn.
What did you say to him?
Oh, I said that it seems that he is now all here because he's not all there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I missed it. These are the important things when you're playing a bard.
Mm-hmm.
Wolfslayer, I know I shouldn't ask these questions, but how much do you weigh?
Ooh,
How much do I weigh or how much does she weigh?
How much does she weigh?
I don't honestly know how to calculate that. I mean, she's.
Oh, actually, no, it's okay. It has a size class. You're medium size, so.
Yeah.
I would like you to make. Oh no, not you. You're tough.
Too late.
He look.
You
I
already
roll it.
picked me.
He looks. He sees Melthas aiming with a bow. The first person to attack him. Make a strength check.
that would have been so okay if you hadn't said,
Does-
"Well, Slayer, oh no, wait, you're tough." It's like, yeah, I'm literally just picking the person who's got the least likelihood of being able to defend from this.
Is this a ranged attack or
6.
a spell cast?
More of a spell.
Okay.
So it's a special ability. Okay. I'm looking because I'm trying to better acquaint myself with the system, and I don't know what triggers a
Melthas floats
An
upwards
attack
in the air, currently taken off balance,
Mm-hmm.
and then pushed, flies full force into Wolfslayer, standing 10 feet ahead of him,
Okay.
and that will also then, of course, hit the figure as well, and through. So, you
Does he
hurl
need to
up
make an
40
attack
feet.
of opportunity with, or not an attack of opportunity, an attack with?
If the target is an object that can't be worn or carried, it hurled in 30 feet in any direction.
Just like what?
Stop. It can be used as a ranged weapon, dealing one creature along the weapon's path +4 to hit. So I can use him as a ranged weapon.
You can use Melfast as a range.
He lifts Melthas up telekinetically. Melthas, confused in the air, starts to aim towards Wolfslayer, looking very confused, and is thrown into Wolfslayer's back. Wolfslayer, make a perception check. This might take you by surprise.
Do I need to like make my body nice and long and arrow-like?
If you want
is
to
this
help.
is this guy going to be like some sort of snake wizard and then pulls out a snake, turns into an arrow, shoots some sort of heroin in the side, Conan goes mad?
Do I need to make a perception check, given that I have danger sense?
Which is a dexterity saving throws. It's not a dexterity saving throw, it's an attack. Because I'm literally using him as a weapon. I actually have to make an attack roll.
I am going to be making so much noise
So
the moment I start
perception,
being lifted
to
up.
see.
I can't
Perception.
imagine that she would not be able to notice me coming. I mean, I'm not a silent inanimate object.
Yeah.
I'm like, watch
You- at
out!
the last minute, you see Melthas screaming, "Look out!" behind you. And I roll a 1 for my attack roll.
Yes.
So completely miss you. And in fact, I'm going to make an attack against myself. Succeed.
Whoops.
Wolfslayer dodges to the side at the last moment.
At this point, I
Melthas
definitely
full
am, like an arrow.
force hits the invisible person. Melthas, you would take...
I wish to bite into anything I can feel going bad. Claw.
You take 6 points of bludgeoning
Oh.
damage.
Me?
I take 6
The
points.
guy's half incorporeal. Oh no, sorry, Wolfslayer, you don't take anything. You dodge out the way. Melthus, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and you go through the character out the other end and skid to a halt on the floor, taking another 3.
Okay.
Because he is incorporeal, so technically you'd go through him. He also takes
You're a
1
leaf on the
point of
wind.
damage. As he's kind of staggered as you fly through him.
How does Hellish Rebuke work? Just off the top of my head.
If someone attacks you, I think it has to be a melee attack. I'm not sure. You'd have to read the rule exactly. I will look it up for you.
Okay, thank
I
you.
don't think you can use it because it's an ability, but I could be wrong.
Hellish rebuke on the wind.
You being damaged by a creature within 60 foot of you that you can see. Yeah, you can use it.
Okay. But how does it work? Would that hit Wolfslayer? Well, considering you just dodged out of my way.
The creature is surrounded by fire. Wolfslayer is in combat range, but not like literally touching. So I would say you're fine.
Okay.
If
Well,
you're being grappled, that'd be different. But you're fine. Don't worry.
then yeah, I'll proc Hellish Rebuke then.
Okay, so as you are picked up and fly through the guy, hit the ground on the other side, you turn around, your eyes almost beginning to like catch light, embers sort of flicking at the sides of them, and a small sort of flick of like a spark heads over from your hand, hits the invisible form, and I have to make a dexterity saving throw, which I pass. I take half of 2d10 fire damage.
Yes.
So you make 2d10.
Okay.
Roll high.
Indeed. Is it 2d10 for me? Because it's a second level spell.
Oh, you're casting it at 3d10
3d10,
because you're casting it
3d10.
at another level up.
Do it.
It's not so great.
13.
Damn those ones. They're everywhere this session.
Bum, 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 bum. 13. So that makes it.
It would be 6
Okay.
or 7, depending on where you're rolling it.
You know what stinks? They used to have it if you're firing a ranged weapon within melee combat, that you could make
Yeah,
you
attack
would
of
provoke an
opportunity.
attack of opportunity, and they got
Is it
rid
not
of that.
out anymore?
No,
Oh.
no. It says specifically, you can make an opportunity attack when a hostile creature that you can see moves out of your reach. To make the opportunity attack, blah 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 blah. That's it. That is the only thing that provokes an attack of opportunity, at least according to the player's handbook, page 195.
You definitely have disadvantage if you're firing at melee distance, though. But oh well, at least they've got the disadvantage in there. That brings
Yeah.
us back to the top of the round with Wolfslayer. Sorry, no, not Wolfslayer. Is it?
Did anything happen
Malphas?
with the fire that would have been visible to us? Like, did it react to being hit by this?
There's like sort of a big fire explosion, almost outlining it, but the flames actually manage to flicker inwards. The creature shudders a little bit.
Okay. Let's see. Now, I want to ask for some clarity. With the Acid Splash cantrip, it says I may choose one creature within range or 2 creatures within range that are within 5 feet. It implies that I have a choice on how I can employ this splash.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah? Okay, then I'd like to use Acid Splash on him.
Go for it. What do I have to do? Do you make an attack roll? Or do I make a dexterity?
Let's see this. You hurl a bubble of acid, choose one creature within range, or choose 2
I
creatures.
will say, by the way, that actually, if you hurl the acid currently, the creature is directly between you and Wolfslayer. If you threw acid, it might go through to Wolfslayer.
Oh, right.
This is the way it's incorporeal. If it wasn't an incorporeal creature, you'd be fine.
Damn, yeah, that's a good point.
I think we lost Wolfslayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have as well.
Oh.
The camera's gone crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a.
You
Can
look
you
like
guys
a...
still
more
hear me?
pixels.
Yeah.
I can hear you
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
You're
video's
channeling your
fine.
inner Van Gogh.
It looks fine on my end.
Yeah.
You've literally frozen on ours, and it's just like
Yeah.
Well,
some
you
sort
were
of
drinking a
impression or
cup
something.
that blended in with your background, and it just messed everything up.
stopped.
That's what it was.
Okay.
You guys
is it
have
back?
any more of them pixels?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. We don't see you at all.
Okay, lovely.
Okay, well, we'll continue on, and after the fight, we can always go to a break if we need to fix it.
Okay, well, given that Acid Splash may just... Because I'm literally hurling a bubble of acid. That does make sense. Could I throw it at his feet?
That would literally splash, and that might hit Wolfslayer.
I am now a coffee machine.
Okay. All right, well, I'll throw
Actually,
that
reloading
idea
something.
aside.
Oh no, coffee machine.
Yeah. I'll throw that idea aside. I was hoping to... I didn't realize that we were literally between each other. But that does make sense, because she dodged and I went straight through him as a result.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I am trying to fix it.
That's okay. We
That's
can
okay.
wait for a few moments.
Best cosplay ever.
Right?
Yes.
I almost
Very
couldn't tell the
good.
difference.
I know, it looks like a real coffee machine. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Given that, then, I'm going to... I can't shoot at it because, again, the same problem exists.
You do have movement. You can get up from the ground and you can move to the side.
That's true. What I'm trying to think of is just a quick question. Regarding the runes in the room, you mentioned there was like symbols on the floor and stuff like that. Like, as a cursory glance, are they like lit candles? Does it look like something was happening? Like
Candles
something was
aren't lit.
active?
There are candles around, but they aren't particularly lit.
Okay,
The
then.
glow that's happening in this room, the only reason you can
It's
really
from
see
fairy
particularly
fire.
well is the fairy fire.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was going to say perhaps there was something in effect and he might go for that. Okay, I'm just going to move to the side so I'm not likely to hit Wolfslayer regardless what happens, draw my Dagger of Futures Past, and try to attack it.
Okay, so you get up off the ground, you leave your bow and your arrow, or whatever you had out at the time, on the ground where you fell, quickly grab the future past, and...
Yeah. I'm not doing much in an elegant way. I am clearly hurting. You know, my movements are probably... So if you want to tell me to do this at disadvantage, I would be completely okay with that. Just to give you an idea, my health is very low.
no, it's okay, but I can... You sort of stagger forwards to make
Yeah.
this attack.
Okay, you know, there's blood leaking out my nose, my ears. I look like a mess. Right, next up then. So my Dagger of Futures Past, so it is a d20 with 5. 11.
Unfortunately, the thing sort of dodges to the side as you try and stab it, your dagger going wide. Obviously, the fact that you're pretty badly injured by this stage threw your game off there.
Yeah.
That makes it Wolfslayer, otherwise known as the coffee machine.
I hate Skype.
Emphasis on machine.
I don't know, emphasis on coffee, really.
That's true.
I don't know. I see not much coffee and a lot of
I
machine.
go retrieve my sword
Okay, so
and then
as
make
you
it as far
from that
back
range,
to it as I can.
I get an opportunity attack. What's your armor class? Not
14.
that. You're fine. The spirit sort of lunges for you, but you swiftly duck out of its grasp, quickly trying to get your sword. You yank the sword out of the wall, trying desperately to get it out of this bookcase it's stuck in. Make a strength athletics test.
21.
Yank, pulled it out, quite effortlessly. No sword in the stone going on here, and just straight back into combat.
Nice.
You're still frenzied, aren't you? So you can make 2 attacks.
Yeah. So I can get there, get it, and get back.
I'll count the pulling it out as a bonus because you did pretty well on the dice roll, like 21.
Then I only get 1 attack because one of them is my bonus action.
Ah, okay. In which case you get 1 attack.
But wasn't it at advantage because of the fairy
Yes,
fire?
fairy fire is still going on.
Okay.
Oh, we forgot that for Melfast. Oh well.
Do we want to? Did
Well,
he hit?
He missed, but he could roll another dice if we'd remembered. I mean, it's up to you if you want to cede it to Melfast, and let him take another swing, effectively.
I'm fine with
Okay.
waiting
Okay.
on this roll. I haven't hit it yet.
Do it.
Okay, so that would just be exactly the same thing again.
Nice.
23.
Roll damage. That is a
Okay.
hit.
That would be
As it sort of dodges to the side,
1d4.
instead of missing, you sort of, at the last minute, see the glow of the fairy fire just pulling to the side, and you shimmy around the dagger, turning it from like a forward lunge stab to a sort of roundhouse stab.
Would it count because it's engaged with? Do I get my sneak attack bonus because it's engaged
You
with
do.
someone
It's
else?
got a friendly unit within. Yeah.
Okay, so that would be 1d4, and then do I just do d4 and then again space 2d6 to roll all the dice at the same time?
And you get 2d6 now.
Yeah, because of my level.
Wow. Yeah. You can do /1d4 plus 2d6 plus dex.
1d4 plus 2d6 plus 3. Okay, that comes to 12 in total. 4, 4, and a 1.
As you go to lunge at it, it moves to the side. You see the fairy fire start to shimmer as it moves to the side. You quickly turn that forward lunge into a roundhouse sort of stabbing motion, and you bring the sword in roughly where you think the belly would be, up and into an invisible rib cage. And you
Okay.
hold the dagger there, moving it around a bit, twisting it.
Yes.
The thing starts to... The fairy fire burns hotter. You can see the outline of a face and a mouth. It turns to you. No! Disappears into a infinitesimally small space in front of you and then blasts outwards. Wind blows through the entire cavern, back out through the trapdoor at the top, banging it open. The illusion at the top sort of fluttering as Tulix can see because he's fairly near the shaft. Everything in the room rattles. We're out of combat time.
Yes.
Ooh, good.
Out of
Good.
curiosity, as I was using my Dagger of Futures Past, did I glimpse anything?
As you stab him, you see... Just stabbed an undead creature with your dagger. Make a charisma saving throw.
Okay, Charisma saving throw. So that's just basically my a d20 plus my Charisma, is that right?
Yes.
That would be 1, 2, 3. Natural 20 plus 3.
Okay.
There
You
they are.
Nice.
you begin to get images, something dark, something you think no mortal should ever see. And you kind of try and bring your mind away from it.
Okay.
And through sheer force of will, you manage to turn your mind away. You pull away from this just feeling of cold, encroaching nothingness, which is really weird. Like, no one ever feels nothing.
Yeah.
And you manage to pull away from it. And you see what you assume would be this guy's last vision.
Okay.
It's him at the edge of the circle with other figures nearby, chanting some sort of magic ritual. Candles around. The candles begin to flutter. All the runes on the ground begin to glow. And 2 people nearby spontaneously start bleeding from the nose and fall down. Everyone else keeps chanting. People keep looking around worried. And suddenly, another 5 of the figures just stagger, grabbing their hearts to like chest. One of them clutching their head, fall to the ground. And in front of them, the air pulls inwards and coalesces almost into a sort of fiery shape that then forms up into a figure, and that's where your vision cuts off.
Okay. I just sort of take a knee, just panting, kind of shivering, my teeth chattering as I sort
You
of
would
murmur.
take a level of fatigue for that as well.
Yeah. How do I
Wow.
record that?
You just have to put it somewhere
Just
in
put it down, okay.
miscellaneous.
Yeah, sure.
It will put you at disadvantage on all ability checks, I think.
I've seen beyond the veil.
I'm no now, and you're getting bonus.
I am not getting my camera working again.
Okay. Well,
That's
now's
okay.
probably a good time to go to a bit of an earlier break
Yeah.
than usual.
That's what I was
Okay.
thinking.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll do the recall in the break, and if you want to like Twitch, turn your computer on and off again.
The ye
No.
olde fixie.
No.
No, that
No.
would work, probably. 100% chance, yeah.
Yeah,
no.
totally. Okay, well,
No, really.
bash it with a wrench or whatever you want to do.
IT crowd? Percussive maintenance?
Have you tried? Have you tried plugging in and unplugging and plugging back in again?
Yes, I actually have tried that.
Oh, okay.
But if it doesn't work on a recall, then I'll try plugging it into a different spot. And if
Okay.
that doesn't work, then I can try plugging in a different webcam.
With your million webcams. Okay, we're going to go to the break. People will be back shortly.
Yes.
Find out what the hell just happened.
Yes.
But until then, stay tuned, and we will be back in about roughly 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Take care, everyone.
Victory!